What the pandemic did was shine a bright light on reality. It forced us to confront reality. First of all, there was a massive transfer of wealth from poor people to rich people. Billionaires in the pandemic had increased their wealth in a single year by 59%. Where did they take this money from? You, of course. They took this money from you. Poor people had transferred their wealth to the richest people on earth. That's the first effect of the pandemic. Second effect, all the sham and fake narratives that the elites were selling you, free speech, human rights, civil rights, democracy, and other bullshit, they are now taking away from you because it doesn't serve them right now. So you realize that these were not natural rights. Free speech, free association, free demonstrations and protests, free anything is a gift of the elites, is given to you by the elites and can be taken away from you at any minute. None of it is yours, not your property, not your freedom, not your speech, nothing. It all belongs to the elites. They lied to you. You're brain dead, and they took advantage of this. And now in the pandemic, you see a suppression of free speech and the elimination, outright, of the vast majority of human and civil rights. And cast into sharp relief, like under a huge projector, you see who is in charge. And who is in charge are technologies, owners of technology companies, finance, and to some extent, but it's extremely limited, other types of businesses. So business, the corporate world, especially multinationals, international banks, international technology companies, they're in charge. They're the elite. This is the nexus. These are the elites. Most of them are billionaires and so on. These are the elites. They rule you and control you. Had it been different 200 years ago? Of course not. International bankers have ruled the world during Napoleon's time. It's the same elites. The same elites ruled Babylon. The same. The people with money, the people with technology, they ruled the world, always, 10,000 years ago. The people who invented the agricultural revolution, the people who came up with the industrial revolution, mine owners, factory owners, these are the elites. These have always been the elites. They shapeshifted to deceive you. They pretended to introduce members of the middle class into the exclusive elite club. This was intended to deceive you, give you false hope that one day maybe you can belong. It's a deception. No intellectual is member of these elites. They co-opt, they kind of collaborate with certain intellectuals, they adopt certain intellectuals, they elevate certain intellectuals to make these intellectuals feel that, they have real power somehow to move the masses. Who cares about the masses? The masses can move left and can move right. They're useless. They're useless because ultimately the elite is there. Even when the masses did take over, for example, in communism, in Nazism was was immediately compromised by corporate industrial interests. So was fascism. And communism fell prey to the managerial class. Who is the managerial class? People with money, people with technological skills. So the pandemic revealed to us how powerless we are and how powerless we've always been. And the pandemic, of course, has geopolitical implications as well. It has accelerated the decline of the United States and restored the historically dominant Eurasian landmass. Throughout human history, the dominant power was China, contiguous China, not the United States. The United States and the West, it's an aberration established by refugees, criminals, privateers, pirates, and so on. The entire so-called Western civilization is founded on crime. It's founded on persecution. It's founded by outcasts and outliers. It had not chance in the world to survive. 500 years, which is the length of Western civilization, is nothing in historical terms. It's a glitch, it's a glitch, it's a blip, it's a nothing. And it's ending. Western civilization is ending. It was an experiment by outliers and outcasts, and the elites are going to eliminate it. It took them 500 years, which is shocking in itself. But they're going to eliminate Western civilization. The old powers, the historical powers, which is China and its extension, Russia, the Eurasian table, is rising up again, as it had done for thousands of years, long before there was any concept of the West, when Europe was a big swamp. Russia today is providing weapons not only to Serbia, but to NATO allies like Turkey. Russia had cast itself as an important diplomatic force in the Middle East, not only in Syria, but even in countries like Israel. Russia is emerging as technological and scientific power, both for good, vaccines, and for bad, hacking. But Russia is a minor player. Russia is China's extension. It just doesn't know it yet. China is now pivoting from a strictly economic superpower to a military superpower. That's where the game begins. That's where the game is afoot, as my friend Sherlock Holmes would have said. Russia is purchasing critical infrastructure, the Belt, the Road, Silk Road, critical infrastructure everywhere. Greece, Africa, Latin America, you name it, Chinese are there. Lending, buying, selling, establishing, building. It's a Chinese world. China's soft power has surpassed the United States in terms of lending to sovereigns, online social media, payments and retail platforms, and propaganda. China's GDP is nearly the same as the United States and the entire European Union bloc. What can small countries do? Small countries cannot afford to surf the wrong geopolitical wave. Small countries must strike a neutral stance between East and West, even if it means that small countries have to postpone certain supranational aspirations like joining the European Union. Small countries should adopt the Swiss model and welcome everyone. And I think the United Kingdom was a harbinger and a pioneer of this approach with Brexit. Small countries should redirect themselves and embrace industries which do not render them dependent on either superpower. Services, green agriculture, medical tourism, offshore banking, coding, back office operations, you name it. This is small countries. What can you do as a member of the mass? Opt out. Do not collaborate. Do not be a slave. Just walk away. Nothingness. Adopt nothingness. It's wrong to advise you to go back to a totally imaginary past where men were men and women were women and families were families and nations were nations. There was never ever such a past. It was all an illusionary facade, hocus pocus, perpetrated by the elites. They had deceived you. It was a magician's sleight of hand. It was never real. It was a decoy. Jordan Peterson's vision is a decoy. The guy is delusional. There was never such a thing. The kind of world he described. In this sense, he's indistinguishable from Donald Trump. Make America great again. I don't know when America was great. It was like the illusion or hallucination of a Britain that had never existed in the 19th century. These are psychedelic experiments by the elites on your mind. To defeat the elites, the masses must walk away. Not walk away from jobs. You need to live, you need to eat, you need to drink, you need to raise a family. I'm not advocating becoming a lone wolf in a forest. Walk away from the dream. Denounce and renounce the fantasy. Stop participating in the race. Minimize consumption. Damage them. Fight them back with their own weapons. Democracy is a sham. Don't participate. Consumerism is an addiction. Don't consume. The rat race is designed to keep you too busy to think. Don't quit the rat race. Focus on you. They want you to focus outside. That's why they had created these technological platforms, social media and so on, so that you are so much outside your mind that you are not aware. They reduce your awareness. They hypnotize you. They sedate you. They entrain you. These are pernicious, sick brainwashing tactics. Do not willingly succumb. Don't go into the mental asylum of the elites willingly and extend your hands for the straitjacket. Fight back. Fight back by not fighting. Fight back. Civil disobedience, passive resistance. Opt out, tune out.